This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. You're tuned into the TCSF podcast with Big Z, coming straight to you from the 606 Media Studios, powered by True Chicago Sports Fans. This is episode 308, and we're calling it White Sox Buyers, Cubs Collapse, Bulls Breaking News, or we could just call it Southside Summer. Either one works for me. So I'm fired up to dive into everything that makes Chicago great, our Chicago sports teams. And while you're here with me, remember 606 Media, your ultimate source for all things Chicago. Go over to 606media.com, snag your official podcast t-shirt, the exclusive for the Love of Sports merchandise line. Show off your Chicago pride. We got Nike stuff. We got hoodies that you can get ready because you never know when you need a hoodie in Chicago. We got softball shirts. We got tank tops. We got tech wear, all types of stuff. Go ahead and check that out. Check out your favorite pattern out there, and then take a picture. And we'll put you in the commercial that we'll be showing during the Bear season while we are live. And it'll be cool. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch, anywhere you're consuming us, smash that subscribe button. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, leave us a 5-star review. It means the world to us. Some comments also definitely help keep us in the algorithm, keep us in your algorithm, and keep us afloat. So we need all the views and all the comments and all the support that we can get. Why again you're here at 66 Media? We have a couple shows in Podcaster with myself, Big Z. We dive deep into fascinating life stories with engaging discussions, insightful interviews, and plenty of humor. I think there's 12 episodes up there, and I'll be filming some new ones in the next couple of weeks. We also have No Water Weekend with Steven and Sean. Those are pretty much archived right now, so go ahead and check those out. Pretty fun pop culture podcast with funny trivia. So go ahead and check that out. So Chicago, we have a role reversal. The White Sox took care of the Braves 2 out of 3, and the one game got rained out. They took a series from the Dodgers 2 out of 3 for the first time since 2014. They're sitting on top of the AL Central where they belong. Meanwhile, the Cubs went from 27-12 and World Series buzz to asking whether they should be buying, selling, or just survive. So today we asked the question no one expected in June: are the White Sox the most interesting team in Chicago? It's crazy. Look at these graphics up here. 38-32 where we're sitting right now. The Cubs are playing today. They are 37-35. So it's been a role reversal. It's crazy what's been happening. Again, the White Sox took sorry, that's the wrong graphic. The last two series went 4-1 against Atlanta and Dodgers. So are the Sox the buyers now? Is the surprise team over? Is this team for real now? All right. 4-1 against Atlanta and Los Angeles, the two top baseball teams in the NL. That's crazy. They beat Atlanta 6-5 in 10 innings, and then 2-1, and then they took 2 out of 3 because of the rain out. And then they take 8-2 against the Dodgers the first day. I was there for that game. That was an amazing game. 7-1 loss, almost a perfect game, almost a shutout, almost a no-hitter. But truth be told, the White Sox never quit. There was a lot of balls that were hit very, very hard just at the right person. Sometimes baseball is like that. And then on the last day on Sunday was a 6-4 comeback win. That is a 23-19 run edge against two elite NL teams. The main producer note is right field. The Sox finished the Braves and Dodgers homestand 4-1, improved to 20-4 over the last 24 games at right field, and beat the Dodgers in the series for the first time since 2014. They're 24-12 at home after Sunday's win, and that's second best in MLB. Second best at home. Okay. So, I mean, the question is, when was the last time you went, Sox fans, that you walked in the ballpark expecting a wild and good thing to happen? No, it's been a while. It's been a while, White Sox fans. It's been a very, very long while since we had some pride to go into the rate field or guaranteed rate or US Cellular or Comiskey Park, however you want to call it, the G spot, whatever you want to call it. But we were going there just because it was a cheap game. We could sit wherever we want. This past series against the Dodgers were all sellouts, almost 40,000 each game. Okay. They had some bobbleheads, yes. And there's one right up, get my finger right above my hat for the homies. That was a Friday giveaway. And I think Costa Montgomery was the Saturday giveaway. But I don't think that would made a difference with those two teams coming into town. Those two teams travel very well, especially the Dodgers. Dodger fans travel very well. There was a lot of Dodger fans, and they were loud and vocal when they were winning. And then the White Sox came back and shut them down 2 games. Okay. There was some dead stretches, like I talked about. That second game, there was a lot of baseballs hit at the right people. And then Mookie Betts bobbled one, and then we hit a home run late. But again, against the Dodgers, you had homers from Antonacci, a shortstop playing in left field. You have Colson Montgomery, who we'll talk about, all-star potential at this point because I think he has 16 home runs. Chase Mydroff, just the consistent at second base, just a consistent kid, putting bat on ball, making sure he's making the right play. Hit another home run. That was a 7-run fifth inning on Friday, 8-2 win. They're not just beating teams with one formula. They're not just walking them off, like they did with Jacob Gonzalez coming up last week on Tuesday. I had to hear that on the radio and then see it afterwards. The bullpen has been okay. There's been some survival. Grant Taylor's been pretty good. I know he allowed a couple of runs the other day, and he's been big everywhere you put him. He's been a starter, middle reliever, late reliever, closer. He's been doing everything for the team. But the team doesn't have to be perfect for 9 innings. They just need 1 inning to punch you in the mouth and take over. All they need is 1 inning. Just give them just open that crease, crease the door open, and that's all they need. And that's the type of team that does not quit. Brady Montgomery arrival changed that energy. Starting in center, then played in right. He had a walk-off 2-run homer in the 10th, becoming the 5th player in the MLB's history to hit a home run, a walk-off home run in his debut. He went 2 for 5 in that game. So is he going to be a centerpiece? Absolutely. That's part of the Crochet trade. Him, Mydroff, right? It's been crazy. It's been crazy. So the boys are growing up, and it's no longer a surprise team when you're in first place. All right, no longer the Cinderella. Well, you can say Cinderella, but no longer the team that no one expects anything out of. All right, Davis Martin beat Atlanta with 6 scoreless, and he struck out 6 and improved to 9-2. That dude's going to the All-Star game. He has the best record in ERA combo on the staff. Legit ace. Colson Montgomery, power shortstop, 17 home runs corrected after the Dodgers game. Chase Mydroff, on base machine, 22-game on base streak as of Friday. Okay, these are all-star candidates. Miguel Vargas will probably be your third baseman now that looks like there's some injuries in Cleveland. So Anthony Dominguez has been a roller coaster closing games, allowing some runs, making stuff a little tighter than it should be, but he's got 12 saves. Murakami, I know that's one of the biggest things that they've done this all without Murakami. Murakami's been down for 2 weeks, I think. He's supposed to be gone for another 4 to 5 weeks. He has been light running, so that's a good sign. But those hamstrings are finicky, and let him take his time while the White Sox are still doing what they can do. Mydroff is batting .340 over 12 games hitting streak. I mean, the boys are finding different ways to put some runs on the board, whether it's home runs, whether it's stealing the ball, whether it's stealing bases, whether it's hitting runs, whatever they can do. I know they had like a long streak of bunts that went awry, but this team at this point is on top of the AL Central. They're tied with Cleveland, but I have percentage points, right? Are they going to be buyers? I think they will be smart buyers. Uh, oh, what's up, Burley? Uh, I even should be here in about 35, 40 minutes. He said it'll be on at 8:30. So it could be. You're just gonna have to stay tuned in to find out. Definitely stay tuned in and find out. Yeah, right now with the White Sox, you have a lot of young talent there that should be coming up. I don't think they're going to be, selling the farm just to get a 1 year rental. That'd be stupid after what you've done and built this team from the bottom up, from literally digging a hole into the ground and putting a foundation and putting the studs up and putting in like just building the whole house. But you've got until the deadline, which is August 3rd. And I really think they'll be making some small some small moves here and there, right? You're going to need another starting pitcher because it can't be all on Davis Martin. Catcher's a question mark because Kyle Teel is going on his rehab assignment. So is Shane Smith, both on the rehab assignment this week. So they should be back by the end of the week. What can he give us? He hasn't played since the WBC, right? Is it going to be another injection of offense? That's the hope. But let's be realistic. He is still going to need about a month to catch up, in my opinion, to catch up because he's going to need like his little spring training, which he didn't get to have. All right, so maybe you buy a catcher. What can you do? Yeah, Romo is and Jesus, why am I blanking? Carroll is not the answer right now. Late inning bullpen, Dominguez has been shaky and cannot be trusted on big leverage games. First base, I think Jacob can put a stopgap right there for Murakami until he gets back. That I can't agree with. So here's some possible names. Reed Detmers from the Angels, a left-handed pitcher, would be available. Ryan Jeffers from the Twins, the catcher. We don't know if the Twins are going to be sellers. Bo Naylor from the Guardians. I don't know if that can work out, especially with the two teams battling out for that position. Do you want to trade with that team? I know they've already done a trade earlier this week, but I mean that's nothing. But Bo Naylor, who's been a thorn in the White Sox butt for years, him and his brother. Maybe a change of scenery for Bo Naylor, maybe elevates him, especially with this young, energetic team. Garrett Whitlock, Adrolis Chapman. That'd be too expensive, in my opinion, for bullpens. So, would we trade a top 10 prospect to help the team right now, or is that moving too fast? Is the question I want to pose out there. In my opinion, I think you ride with what you got. I think there's a couple arms in the in AAA that you can bring up. I really think that you still just have to maybe get a small acquisition. Would it be a number two? I'm sorry, number 3, 4, 5 starter, just to get maybe like get rid of Eric Fetty. I don't trust him, especially when he gives you 2 innings. He's at the end of his rope. So there's got to be some movement. But what pieces will you be willing to give up to get those movements? And will they be part of your future going forward, or are they going to be rentals? Because you're trying to speed up the process of what you were trying to do. Right? We're trying to be competitive this year. We didn't think we'd be playoff competitive. So it's going to be interesting what they're going to do on the White Sox this season. It's going to be fun. Every game has been you've got to watch it. Even when they were losing and they had that perfect game against them, it was still history. And if you're a baseball fan, you still appreciate that it was history. So yeah, we're going to lose this game, but at least I got to watch history, or I was at a game that gave me history. So a lot of cool stuff going on with the White Sox. We'll keep you entertained and up to date with everything. But I think I had everything there. Yeah, Braves. Yep, talked about that, and I know we're talking about Cubs in a little bit. But I'm going to take a smaller break. And on the flip side, we're going to talk our Chicago Cubs. And I know they're playing right now, but we'll talk some Cubs and get caught up with Cubs news. And we'll just do that. So we'll get you tuned in onto that when we come back from our break.
Hey there, Chicago enthusiasts. Are you ready to take your fandom to the next level? The True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast has got you covered with some serious cool merch that screams Chicago pride. From cozy sweaters to trendy tank tops, we got it all. Show off your love for the city with our iconic red, white, and blue logo, or stand out with our exclusive collection for the love of sports. Whether you're lounging at home, breaking a sweat at the gym, or cheering on your team at a game, our gear is a must-have for all you diehard Chicago sports fans out there. Don't hesitate. Visit bonfire.com/store/606-media-store/, or simply just click the link in the description and snag your gear ASAP. Get ready to make some noise, show your pride, and embrace the Chicago spirit with True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast merch. Designed for you, the ultimate fan, for the love of sports. Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to No War on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots, so let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z. And now it is time to talk about our Chicago Cubs, who have been struggling a little bit. And I know I got a little graphic up here for you. And Cubs split offense through May 8th had a 5.51 runs per game MLB best. Since May 8th, 3.4 runs per game, 29th in MLB. And right now, they are taking on the Colorado Rockies, and it has not been, I know they won their last series, but it has not been a fun ride since they come off the 10-game winning streaks. So it's been an up and down, right? An up and down season for the Cubs. A month ago, we're talking about the Cubs being 27-12. Since then, the offense cratered. The rotation got beat up. They became the earliest team by calendar date to fall back to 500 after being 15 games over 500. They hit 500 on June 10th, and they started 27-12. So they didn't just slump. I feel like they lost their identity. So we want to know what happened. What made this happen? Okay. From opening day through May 8th, the Cubs scored 5.5 runs, as I just showed you, best in baseball. Then they came down to 3.4 runs, almost last in baseball. The Stars stopped slugging. Bregman had a 686 OPS through the first 68 games with the Cubs. Swanson was hitting 178. The team's power bats were trending below last year's home run pace. The whole team was slumping. You saw some remnants of PCA hitting some home runs, getting the Cubs back into it. But it was really the offense that was covering for the pitching with all the pitching injuries. And now you have a little bit of both. The pitching injuries are still showing up, and a lot of the slumping, right? Kate Horton out for the season. Matthew Boyd on the IL and then had a setback. Jamison Taillon went on IL with a hamstring strain. They're without 60% of the opening day rotation. Their starters ranked ahead of Colorado, allowing MLB high of 67 home runs. Your one bright spot has been Ben Brown, a stabilizer with a 1.4 ERA over 6 starts. From the bullpen to the rotation, he's made that adjustment. He's been that stopgap for you. So will the Cubs be buyers, sellers, or will they sit pat? They have a high, very high. What's their Cubs salary? Salary cap 26. Your payroll table. You're at 218 right now. 218. Bregman at 35. Swanson at 28. Swanson at 28 million. And what is this kid hitting? Swanson. He's hitting 179 with 7 homers, 28 ribbies, and 40 hits. Now, he is a Gold Glove athlete at short, but he can't hit higher than 220. If he wasn't getting paid what he was getting paid, this guy would be in Double A. Let's just be honest right there. Hitting 179 does not help your team. Okay. Anybody else, they no way in hell. You would have somebody else playing, and you would just call up everybody you could until someone started hitting, or you made a move, or you DFA'd him. On a contending team, your shortstop cannot be hitting 179. I don't care how good the defense is. Now your liability on offense. So whatever you can save me on defense, you're just causing it on offense. It's bad. It's bad. Jed Hoyer said the deadline was not the main focus yet, but acknowledged that pitching would be the focus if the Cubs were to add. Yeah, you need starting pitching, and you need bullpen, and you need your big boppers to hit. The guys you've paid a lot of money to. Your Shota been pitching okay, nothing spectacular. Suzuki, where I think he just tweaked his footing or the other day in San Francisco. I'm not sure if he's even playing. Let me look that up real quick for you guys. Looks like he is. He's DHing. Okay, he's hitting 255 with 10 home runs and 28 RBIs. I just don't know how you spend this much money and you have so many guys all at the same time not producing. Bregman, 256 home runs. You're paying him to solidify your third base and hit home runs. He's got 6. You got a guy hitting 179 that has more than him. PCA went from the bottom of the lineup all the way back to the top and is doing a lot better. 267, 12 home runs, 33 ribbies, and 72 hits. But again, these guys need to wake up. Your Michael Busch, 253, 8 home runs, 42 RBI, 65 hits. Ian Happ, right? Your home run leader, 224, 16 home runs, 37 ribbies, 57 hits. So those ribbies came from the home runs. Not really that he was hitting well with man in scoring position. Horner, 240. Matt Shaw, 245. Like it's an embarrassing for the amount of money that they're spending that they cannot produce. You can't just have one guy. PCA cannot be the only guy producing for you. And if he doesn't produce, who else is going to produce for you? Then you're leaving it to one guy. And it's unsustainable. It is unsustainable to do that. So I don't know how to fix this Cubs problem. Because PCA is not going anywhere. Bregman is not going anywhere anytime soon. Bush, him being his second year as a first baseman over there, I got no problems with Bush there. 253, 8 home runs. No issue there. Suzuki, I don't see him being here next year. Happ and Horner, I believe both have no trade contract, no trade in their contracts. And Swanson, yeah, who would want that? Unless they were trying to get a defensive piece. But it's bad, Cub fans. It is bad. And I know they're back home and they're playing Colorado, which should have been an easy part of their schedule. It should have been a very easy part of their schedule with these games recently when they were on that West Coast trip. So since we talked last on Tuesday, they lost 73 to the Rockies, 3-2 to the Rockies, and they won the final 9-3 against the Rockies. Then they beat the Giants 5-1, 6-1, and then lost the finale 5-1. So you took 2 series wins. Those games should have been sweeps. All 6 should have been sweeps. The Giants are tanking on purpose. Colorado is not that good. They're also 26-42. These are teams you should have beat up on and take as many games as you can. And it's just not happening. It's not happening for the Cubs. Right now, again, I said they're up 1-0. But the Cubs have the Rockies for 3 at home and then Blue Jays for 3. The Blue Jays are not going to be a team that's going to be easy to take down. And then they go over to New York and play the Mets, then the Brewers. So they're going to go into a week of hard times with Blue Jays, Mets, Brewers, Padres, Cardinals. Okay, just like the White Sox are going through the gauntlet when they had to play the Phillies. They had to play the Phillies, and they lost that series, but they took the Atlanta series, they took the Dodgers series, and tomorrow they begin in New York for 3 against New York, then play the Tigers for 3, then the Guardians for 3, and then Kansas City. So, like right now, the White Sox are going through probably the toughest part of their schedule. And the Cubs are just skating by. So I don't know how to fix that. Do you start addressing it early and start looking for pitching early before the trade deadline, before all that stuff dries up for the Cubs? And what are you giving up? What prospects do you have that you're giving up? What pieces on the MLB team are you giving up? You have so many guys on the IL that it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So again, it's a lot. Steel has no word on Steel yet. You might as well call him aluminum because he's all folded up. Boyd, Tyon, Harvey, Hodge, Miller, Horton, Austin. I mean, that's a lot of injuries. A lot of them are pitching. So I don't know what you're going to do with the Chicago Cubs and how do you address so many injuries, so many guys not hitting, so many guys underperforming, not only off the back of the baseball cards, but underperforming because they're getting paid. They got paid on past performance, and now it's just falling all apart. So how do you address that? Is it going to be firing the hitting coach and firing the pitching coach? Is it moving a guy to make a statement? I don't think they'll fire the manager. I really don't think so. I don't think so. I really think if they continue to tank and at the end of the year, it's been a dumpster fire, then yes, I can see them moving on. But right now, this is on Jed and their GM, Carter Hawkins. Those are the 2 individuals that on the hook for this because they made minimal moves in the offseason, and now you're stuck with what you have. A bunch of underachieving bats, pitching that got hurt. That's understandable, but your bullpen has always been up and down. And you always have to address your bullpen every single year in an MLB team because it's never exactly the same. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take another quick break. And on the flip side, we are going to talk Chicago Bulls because there was some breaking news today about the Chicago Bulls, and it's exciting. What are you guys excited? That's the question. So we're going to take a quick break. We're back in 90 seconds, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, and get yourself something to drink.
Hey there, Chicago enthusiasts. Are you ready to take your fandom to the next level? The True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast has got you covered with some serious cool merch that screams Chicago pride. From cozy sweaters to trendy tank tops, we got it all. Show off your love for the city with our iconic red, white, and blue logo, or stand out with our exclusive collection for the love of sports. Whether you're lounging at home, breaking a sweat at the gym, or cheering on your team at a game, our gear is a must-have for all you diehard Chicago sports fans out there. Don't hesitate. Visit bonfire.com/store/606-media-store/, or simply just click the link in the description and snag your gear ASAP. Get ready to make some noise, show your pride, and embrace the Chicago spirit with True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast merch. Designed for you, the ultimate fan, for the love of sports. Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to No War on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots, so let's kick it back over to Big Z.
It's a True Chicago Sports Fans podcast with Big Z. It is time to talk about the breaking news with the Chicago Bulls. And if you've been watching, it's been a miserable year for the Chicago Bulls. Not only because they didn't know how to tank, the former administration traded everybody for second round picks and let guys like Ayo go when that should have been one of your centerpieces going for the future, along with Giddey, along with Modest. Again, it was a dumpster fire when it came to what they were doing, as far as turning over the administration, and they had to get fired. They had to get fired. They did nothing for years, and then at the end, when they tried to save their jobs, it was just too little, too late. Definitely too little, too late. All right, so Bulls have. Well, this has been reported. It hasn't been official. There's no ink on. It's been dried yet. But Tiago Splitter has reportedly become the new Bulls head coach. Splitter's background and player development resume is what we want to talk about. So let's pull that up for you. And here it is. So the coach is going to be Tiago Splitter. The front office is Bryson Graham, Stephen Mervis, Ace Law the fourth. We have the 4th and the 15th pick. Cap space, lots of flexibility there. I think it was either 65 or 58 million. The mission is to build an identity. You're going to have a young coach, young players, all these draft picks. It's going to be a lot of learning together. I feel like it's going to be a lot of learning together with a young coach and a bunch of new people that will be coming onto the team. What was this doing here? Don't you just love it when you lose your stuff here? All right, so Tiago Splitter. Let's see. He has leadership skills. He was reportedly one of the 4 finalists for the head coaching job with Minnesota and Atlanta, but the Bulls are finalizing a hire. Splitter had a 42-39 record as the interim head coach and led the Blazers to the playoffs for the first time in 2021. He took over the Blazers head coach once Chauncey Billups was placed on immediate leave after being arrested after that illegal involvement in the rigged poker games. Ouch. Again, he was 41 at that time. He's taking over Billy Donovan. And again, I wasn't the biggest fan of Billy Donovan. But I feel like Tiago's going to give that gritty, we're going to play hard, kind of Thibodeau kind of attitude to the team. I think because he's younger, he's going to relate to the team. Some of that inexperience, though, you're going to see that in timeouts or assignments that he may have out there, or the different lineups that he may have out there. They may not match up very well. That's going to be conducive to wins. That's something that you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of growing pains from not only the young players, but also from a young head coach. Who is going to be like rounding out his staff is going to be important. You're going to need a lot of veterans on the staff to help him out. So I really don't have a grade on the hiring because he's too young. He's too raw. Where's the pedigree? You have 1 year under your belt. So are the Bulls ahead of the curve with this new administration and picking a young coach that they can mold and develop and bring along with a young team? Or did they sign someone that was cheap and probably replaceable in 3 years, and we're looking for another head coach in 3 years? I don't know how to address this yet. I really don't, because there's so many uncertainties with the Chicago Bulls. We don't know what direction they're going to. And with a young coach like this might be telling you it's going to be a while. You may have some talent on the team, but it's going to be a while. We'll see what the draft does. We'll see what they do with the draft because it's going to be surrounding players that's going to help Modest Buzelis and Josh Giddey and Noah Sange and Rob Dillingham and whoever else is going to be on the court. So again, we will be doing a draft show pretty soon, and we'll break all that down because they do have the 4th and 15th pick and tons of cap space. But how that's going to turn out is up in the air because it could be Boozer, it can be anybody. Caleb, I forgot his name, his last name, Caleb something. It can be the kid from Illinois. It can be a lot of players. So it's going to be crazy. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's really all I got for the Bulls. So if you got some comments about the Bulls, let me know what you think about the hire. Let me know who you think they should be drafting at 4 and 15. Do they trade those 9 second-round picks and move up in the draft, and package it with that number 4 to move up to number 1 and get whoever they want? I mean, you might as well use that currency for something because those number 2 picks don't always pan out. They just don't always pan out. Let's transition over to the Bears. I know they're doing their little mini camps. They're in and out. Caleb had said, he's comfortable in year 2 under Ben Johnson's offense. And he's definitely far from satisfied from, what happened last year. What matters now is how does he make the next jump going into year 2 under Ben Johnson's offense? And how does he get used to new receivers, more plays into the playbook? And can the defense get to the quarterback so that way the offense doesn't have to bail the defense all the time? There's a lot of stuff going on with the Bears, right? Then you got the whole stadium thing. They're moving to Indiana. They haven't even applied for permits for surveying the land and the EPA. So until they sell Arlington Heights, everyone just needs to relax. Okay? Until they sell Arlington Heights and there's shovels in Indiana, this is all just a show. This is just a drama between Illinois lawmakers and the Bears and Kevin Warren and all those people. So right now, what Bears fans should be focused on is these mini camps and who's coming in healthy and who else they can sign to bolster this defensive line, bolster the offensive line, and make Caleb's job a lot easier. So that's all we should be focusing on when it comes to the Bears news. I know the couple of quick hitters right here. I know the Blackhawks are also drafting at number 4. We'll see what they do with that. The Wolves are in the playoffs, and I think they're called the Cauldron Cup. Can't remember off the top of my head, but they are in the playoffs. They're the AHL team in the area. Couple more things. Let's see. Congratulations to the New York Knicks. And they can thank Dan Housen for that because he uncursed them. And he also cursed the Vegas Knights, and then Carolina won, the Hurricanes. So he's on a 2 for 2. It's been crazy. But we had the White Sox win a couple of series. They're going to go on to New York. They'll be playing a judgeless New York team starting tomorrow. You saw Brady Montgomery come off on his first game, hit a walk-off home run in extra innings. Davis Martin is talked about all-star conversation. We talked about Cubs rotation health. Too many missing arms, too many homers allowed. We talked about the power outage. These guys need to start hitting more runs, more home runs, getting more men on base. Still 1-0. And we're going to see what they're going to do with the deadline, right? Looks like the White Sox might be buyers, and the Cubs may wait till the last minute to decide what they're going to do. So right now, Chicago baseball has flipped upside down, and the White Sox are forcing the city to take them seriously. Not only the city, but MLB to take them seriously. And the Cubs are forcing their fans to ask uncomfortable questions. The team is trying to prove it belongs, but they're not doing it on the field. Again, Chicago sports is never boring, never normal. You never know which team is going to break your heart. And right now, Cubs fans are really, really frustrated with what's going on the north side. And White Sox fans are elated to have a winning team, to have the stadium jam packed and roaring, and those guys taking off their shirts and waving their shirts around and rallying the team. That all makes a difference. That's what the Cubs usually have, that packed house. That makes a huge difference. They rally off for the crowd. Now the White Sox have that. And I've always said this, as a White Sox fan, I'm not going to go spend my money for a team that does not put money into it to try to win, that is not developing to try to win. Now you're seeing that the White Sox are winning and the fans are back. That's how White Sox fans are. We'll go a game or 2 or 3, whatever, when they're struggling, because we're still fans. But when this team is winning, White Sox fans will show up. Okay. And I'm not here to dog the Cubs fans, because right now they're down and out. I don't need to kick them out while they're on the floor. But watch a White Sox game. It's a lot of fun. And they're never out of it. Never out of it. You never feel like they're out of it. And Ivan has told me they feel like the 2015 Cubs. Yeah, they do. They really do feel like that. Right now, these guys are so young, they don't know how to lose. They don't know how to lose. So it's been fun today, guys. Nice and quiet. Just me and a couple fans hanging out. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And we'll keep this nice and short and sweet today. And if anything breaks, I will jump on live and get on there. I'm going to do some more digging on what's going to happen with the Chicago Bulls. What are they looking to draft? Break down these players. Break down like the top 20, because we don't know what's going to happen there. And then everything that's going on with the Cubs and the Sox will keep you updated, especially on True Chicago Sports Fans on the Facebook page. And if not, on my personal page. So all those links are in the description for you. But that's it for today. Nice, short, and sweet. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. It's been 309 episodes. So really, really love that. And thank you for all the support. Thank you to our sponsors, 66 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and check us out on our social medias. They're all in the description, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff is in there. If you want to get a hold of us, True Chicago Sports Fans at gmail.com is the email. Or you can send a message through 606media.com. It'll go straight to my email. So for the boys who are taking care of some things today, I am Big Z. We'll see you next time, and be good to each other for the love of sports.